Detroit Becoming Human has taught me how to steal from a black man in a laundromat, even though I wasn't very good at it, and I quickly realized having robots around is generally not a good idea.
What the fuck is it
It's
doing?
destroying itself.
Stop it, goddammit! I can't! I can't stop it!
For one, this is Google estimated population at the moment, roughly around 7.5 billion. And I mean, where are these people and why are they not watching my video?
Are you serious?
Having machines around that will take over our jobs, considering how many of us are out there, would absolutely suck. I mean, the majority of people need jobs, including myself. Having them replaced with machines is an awful idea. The game got, about 4 years ago at launch, pretty mixed reviews. Some of them absolutely loved it, some didn't. And when it was time to transcend to the PC version from its PlayStation 4 boundaries, things didn't look too good either, at least not in terms of performance. However, I am so pleased to announce in 2022 feels like the perfect time to play Detroit Becoming Human, as it's more human than ever before.
What are you doing? They're not our clothes. We need them, Alice. You need something warm, and I need to get rid of this uniform. But that's stealing. We can't do that. I'm sorry, Alice, but we have to do this.
Sure, yeah, you could argue that it's fully polished, got lots of updates, and that helped a lot make it truly shine. And it does. It does. On my mediocre machine, 4K resolution with absolutely everything turned to max, it had splendid performance, holds frames like a champ, and the visuals are to admire, even for today's standards. This game doesn't feel like it aged. On the other hand, as time kind of moves on and the more technology in our society develops, the more, I don't know, in a kind of weird, creepy way, we get closer to a future not so distant from the events that unfold in this video game. I mean, 5 years from now on, check this out. Like, it's gonna be what, 2027? Detroit Becoming Human is gonna feel probably even more relevant and creepy. Like, very creepy. We'll talk in 5 years and see how things are going. Maybe by then graphics cards are gonna be back in stock at regular prices. Fingers crossed. Getting back to it, decision making is, well, everything in this game, since this is pretty much a part of the gameplay, the whole thing. The entire story revolves around you taking control. If you're anything like me, you're gonna take decisions just to see how messed up things can get. And trust me, they can get. You play video games before, just like me, and you know what to choose, like how to make your life easy. Choices that will probably be the right ones, quote unquote. But at times, you're just gonna choose wrong, just to test the limitations of, what's cringy and what could possibly happen. Just sitting back and thinking to yourself, whoa, I can't believe I went there. And in a way, it feels satisfying. I stole that man's clothes at the beginning of the game just to see what will happen. I wanted to test the limits of any situation. Felt wrong, but at the same time, like, why not? The game lets you do that. The story is super robust. If it wasn't, this would have been a complete failure, because story and decision making and going from one place to another is literally the entire game. The writers, however, did an incredible job, and they kind of welcome you to go against the grain many times. Put yourself in uncomfortable situations, because it's a part of how the game was written, And I guess they expected you to do that. Apart from a couple of tedious missions where I had to search for clues on a crime scene that I just couldn't figure out, the whole thing really kind of gets you invested emotional. I mean, all the way. This is where the game shines. It doesn't let go. I mean, there's moments when you are on the edge of your seat. For give or take about 8 or 10 hours, depending how you play this. By the time this thing ended, I just wanted to play the sequel. I wanted to get more of it. Maybe, who knows, one day we're gonna get something like this on PC. It does come with its slight down moments. Moments of silliness, moments that were a bit of a letdown and took away from the immersion. Like, for example, when an android gets punched in the stomach, he reacts as if he felt pain, as if it hurt him. But clearly, they don't feel pain, and I don't see how that would have been able to hurt him. But he was mimicking like that. Took away from the immersion, and it didn't really make any sense. Because the entire plot of this video game revolves around machines somehow being able to break from their own boundaries, their codes, their programming, and be able to choose for themselves. As if someone, maybe the designer, has coded this into their program. They're allowed, they're supposed to break the limits. No spoilers. You gotta play it all the way to the end. But like, it's still kind of cringy, right? Ugh. Can you imagine free will on a machine? The studio Quantic Dream surpassed themselves on this one. They had a couple of previous games, more or less, they were kind of nice. This one really takes the cake. Multiple layers storytelling, that's very good. That's a kudos. The human condition inside a machine utilizing artificial intelligence, the concept of identity, even though that's a bit hilarious. It's not supposed to have an identity. It's a machine, it's an android. My phone is also an android, and it doesn't have an identity. It serves me well for its purpose, but it doesn't take its own decisions. Thank God. There's also a couple of hints here and there, some sort of fight against discrimination, because you see the androids on the bus having their own separate, layer from all the other people. What discrimination? These are not people, they're machines. They're literally your phones. If your phone would have legs and arms. Discrimination against your phone, that's no, that's just messed up. However, take it with a grain of salt and play it as it is. It was fun. It was fun, but unfortunately, you cannot unsee it, if that makes any sense.
Do you think we'll be like them someday?
Because I don't see myself ever playing this again. Once you finish it, once you've went through all the entire story, the game doesn't give much replayability. Yes, you can come back and kind of choose different scenarios, but they're not gonna make much of a difference. And sure, it's a good experience. It really is. I just don't see myself playing it ever again. I want to play the sequel if it's ever gonna come out. Sure, something new, but enough is enough for one time. This really feels well made and polished, because people were complaining about performance when this got ported to the PC a lot. Not the case. It really is the best time to play it, because you can get it on a discount, and it's well made. It's well built. It finally has everything. No DLCs, nothing like that, just the base game as it should be. To the point where, yeah, I can highly recommend you to play Detroit Becoming Human to absolutely anyone, regardless. Anyone that can appreciate high quality gaming. And this is pretty high quality. That's about it. Short review. I just wanted to get this out. My name is Rocashu, and man, I could really use an attractive female android to hold me right about now and to let me know that everything's gonna be just fine.
I want you to know, no matter what happens, nothing will ever separate us.